Hello guys, Will from Nerd Frontier. Just doing a video on the Walking Dead premiere, recap / review video. Premiered tonight at 9 PM UK time. A lot to digest in that episode, as you'll know if you've already watched it. A lot of action, a lot of intense emotion. So we'll just dive straight in. We'll recap from the start. Scene opens, you got Rick, Negan, face to face. Rick threatens him, tells him he's going to kill him. Doesn't know whether it's going to be today, tomorrow, or whenever, but he's going to kill him. He's going to make him pay for what he's done. Negan doesn't like this, drags him off to the camp, tells him they're going to go for a drive, and they pull away and drive off. At this point, you still don't know who's been the victim of the brutal assault that you've seen at the end of season 6. So the drive through the mist a little bit. Yeah, the camper van hitting the walkers. Eventually comes to a stop. Tells Rick that he's the boss now. Everything that Rick owns and his group owns is now Negan's. What he says goes. Anything that Rick does is for Negan. And he gets his axe, throws it out the camper van, tells Rick to go and get it, prove himself, prove that he believes that Negan's the boss now. Throws Rick out. Rick's stumbling around in the mist, can't see much, walkers all around, it's dangerous. He manages to get onto the roof of the camper van. As he's on the roof, he starts welling up, starts tearing up, having flashbacks of what happened, who was beat down, who was hit. And it's at this point it's revealed who was on the end of the brutal beatdown. We now know murder. And it was Abraham. Negan gives it the eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Lands on Abraham, as you know from the end of season 6. Bang, across the head with a bat. You took it like a champ, Negan says. Abraham, in true Abraham style, says, "Suck my nuts." He's not bad, he's going to go out with a bang. And Negan beats him down so graphically, beats him to death. I mean, there's almost nothing left, well, there is nothing left of his head, there's just brain and blood everywhere. It's brutal. So hardcore. At this point, Daryl, just enraged, dives up, punches Negan in the face. Obviously, Negan isn't going to let that fly. He's not happy with that in the slightest. He said, "I made myself clear in the beginning. Anybody steps out of line, there will be punishments. People will pay." And that's exactly what he does, but not in the way you would expect. He doesn't beat Daryl down. Doesn't make Daryl pay with violence. He makes him pay with emotion. As he just unexpectedly swings to the left and smashes Glenn straight across the head with a bat. Unbelievable. His eyes hanging out, there's blood pouring down his face. He can barely speak. You know, we were all just in shock. It was bad enough that one person got beat down with a bat, killed. No mind two. He goes on to do exactly the same to Glenn as he did Abraham, just beaten and beaten and beaten till there's nothing left of his head. So graphic. Blood everywhere, brains everywhere. There's a bit of blood and hair and brain hanging off the bat. Very brutal scene, probably one of the most brutal scenes in Walking Dead to date. Can't think one off the top of my head that could beat that. It's really intense, really brutal. I think that what drives it home so much is Glenn's been in it from the beginning. He feels like, he's part of your family, and watch that happen to him, helpless. The whole gang's there, helpless, just crying, watching. There's nothing they can do. The flashback finishes, comes back to Rick on top of the camper van. Negan shoots through the roof. "Come on, you're taking too long. Time's ticking. Think what's happened. Think what could already happen." So that kicks Rick into gear. Jumps off the camper van, gets the axe, makes his way back through the mist. Negan lets him in. And as they drive back to the location where it ended on season 6, they pull up there and Negan says, "Do you know what that was about?" Rick doesn't answer. And Negan says, "That's about the look you keep me. You keep looking at me like you're gonna kill me. It's not the look I want. So we're gonna do something about it." Drags him back out the camper van, chucks him down on the floor in front of everybody. Orders his men to put the guns to the backs of the heads of all the group members. Gets Carl to step up. Tells Carl to give his left arm. Uses a permanent marker to draw a line on his left arm. Gives Rick the axe. Says, "Rick, you chop your son's arm off, or everybody in the group dies, then Carl dies, then you die." Negan starts counting down from 3, 2, 1. And while he's counting down, Carl says, "Dad, just do it." Rick is absolutely beside himself, torn in emotion. Man tells him she understands, don't do it. Carl says, "Just do it, I understand." Tears are pouring down his face. He's begging for it to just be him. "Chop my arm off." Negan's still counting down. He's ignoring him. Rick pulls the axe up. This was a heart-wrenching moment. We all thought he was going to do it. The adrenaline was high. We'd just seen Glenn beat down, Abraham beat down, both to death. You think Carl's about to be mutilated, and then Rick just says that. Negan just says, "That's enough." That's the look I wanted. That look of fear. That look that you know I'm the boss. That look that you know what you do and what is yours is mine and for me. Rick's so upset, shaken. Carl, upset, the whole group. It's a traumatic time. Bits of body lying all over. At this point, Negan grabs Daryl, hides him in the truck. Says, "I'll see you all in 1 week for my first collection. And if you don't play ball, you try to fight back, we're going to start chopping bits of Daryl off and leaving it on your doorstep." They drive off. Now at this point, you're just trying to catch your breath. And so the group members, it's all quiet, very quiet, long pause. And there's just spots of blood and bodies, and it's just a sad, quiet moment. Then Maggie gets to her feet. It's trying to stir them on to go home. It's my fault you were out here. Go home. Go home, rally the troops. We have to fight. We have to do something. And Rick says, "No, we can't fight him. He's got an army. He's got Daryl. We'll lose. We'll all die. We have to be smart on that." They collect their dead, Glenn and Abraham. And they drive off to Alexandria. I would imagine back to Alexandria. And that is the end of the episode. For the majority of this episode, just to be shot in one place, so much happens, and it's so much to take in. It's an emotional roller coaster. Words can't prepare you for what you're about to watch if you haven't already watched it. But it's an excellent episode. Definitely 9 out of 10, maybe even 10 out of 10. We really enjoyed it. Would like to know what you thought of it, what you think is going to happen next. We'll give our own opinions on that at a later date. And we had a little Q&A on Facebook. Wanted some questions to come in. We'll just pick one out at random. I wrote it down earlier. It's from Erica in Mitcham, London. And it's, "Here Nerdfront, do you think Rick and the group stand a chance against Negan?" It's a difficult question to answer because what was just shown in that episode was absolutely not. No chance. Negan to do all that by himself without using any of his men, just mind tricks and manipulation and pure brutality. It's going to be very difficult to stand against him. but it's early days. We'll have to see what happens when they get back to Alexandria. We'll have to see about these potential new characters. King Ezekiel, I believe, you know, the king with the tigers. We'll have to see what happens there, whether they can get a truce and alliance, whether they can mount a fight back, or whether they do just succumb to whatever he wants. Surely there's just a slippery slope for things to get worse. Never mind, I'm sure more information will be provided for us on episode 2. Thanks for watching, guys. If you can give this video a like and subscribe, we're going to be doing a review every week after every episode. We'd love for you to get involved. Give us a shout on Facebook, facebook.com/editfront, or comment on my YouTube videos. And if you like and subscribe, there'll be plenty more to come. Thanks for watching, guys.